What if you could get a glimpse into the stock market of 2026, all based on the rise of a single technology? Well, we're about to unpack a pretty fascinating and honestly bold forecast that claims to do just that. So let's dive right in. Okay, right off the bat, the source material doesn't pull any punches. The big idea behind this entire forecast is that artificial intelligence, or AI, is going to be the main engine pushing the stock market to new heights by the year 2026. It's a really confident statement, and our job today is to break down exactly how they got to that conclusion. So, if AI is the engine, who is in the driver's seat? That's what this first part is all about. We're going to identify the key companies that the source believes are going to be leading this charge. So yeah, who is driving all this predicted growth? And the source gets super specific here. It's not just pointing to tech companies in general. Nope, it names a group it calls the Magnificent Seven. These are described as platform-dominant giants, which is just a fancy way of saying they control the ecosystems, the operating systems, the app stores, the cloud infrastructure that pretty much everyone else builds on. According to this prediction, this is the core group to watch. And here they are, the Magnificent Seven, as listed in the source. Apple, Microsoft, Alphabet, which is Google, of course, Amazon, nvidia, Meta, and Tesla. These are the household names that the source claims are at the absolute epicenter of this AI-driven future. Now, this is the core of the argument, and it's a really important one. The source claims it's not just that these companies use AI, it's that they're using it to break totally new ground, expanding from their digital kingdoms out into the physical world. Just think about it. Amazon using AI not just for website recommendations, but to fully automate its entire supply chain, right from the warehouse to a drone landing on your doorstep. That's the kind of massive expansion the source is talking about. So how does this actually work? Well, the source lays out this four-step growth cycle. It all starts with these companies pouring tons of money into AI. That investment then leads to way higher efficiency in everything they do. And according to the argument, this newfound efficiency lets them just go out and dominate brand new markets. The final claim is the big one, that this success doesn't just make them richer, it actually grows the entire economic pie for everyone, creating this incredible cycle that's just powered by AI. All right, so knowing the who and the why is one thing, right? But the source actually goes a step further. It proposes a specific strategy for how you could potentially capitalize on this whole trend, and it frames it as a stress-free approach. Let's see what that's all about. And the key here is that the source shifts from just making a prediction to actually outlining a plan of action. It lays out a method it calls simple and effective for building long-term growth. The method is called systematic monthly investing. And the strategy is really straightforward. You just invest a fixed amount of money at regular intervals, say every single month, no matter what the market is doing. This helps you avoid the stress of trying to time the market. Plus, over time, it averages out your purchase price. You end up buying more shares when prices are low and fewer when they're high. It's a pretty neat idea. So what would you actually be investing in? Well, according to the source, the best tool for the job is exchange-traded funds, or ETFs, specifically ETFs that are packed with these big tech giants. So instead of trying to pick which of the Magnificent Seven is going to be the big winner, you're basically betting on the whole group to succeed together. This slide really gets to the heart of the feeling behind the strategy. On one side, you have the source's method. It's stress-free, it's systematic, you don't need to time the market. And on the other side, well, you've got traditional stock picking, which, let's be honest, can be super stressful, requires you to predict the future, and involves some really high-risk decisions. The source is clearly pushing for that first column. And this quote, directly from the source, just sums up the ultimate promise of this whole strategy. It's not just a plan. It's framed as the fastest, most stress-free way to build wealth and retire. That's a powerful claim, and it ties this huge market prediction right back to an individual's personal financial goals. Okay, so we've looked at the prediction, the key players, and the proposed plan. Let's bring it all home now and boil down the key takeaways. What's the core message you should be walking away with after all this? So let's put all the pieces together one last time. The core prediction, AI is going to drive the market higher by 2026. The key players, the source identifies the Magnificent Seven as the leaders of that charge. The strategy, invest in them as a group through big tech ETFs, using a systematic monthly approach. And the goal of all of this, a stress-free path to building wealth. That is the entire argument right there in a nutshell. And that leaves us with one final and a really crucial question. The source makes a compelling case for concentrating your investments in just a few super powerful companies. So the question for you to think about is this. Is that the real key to future wealth? Or does that age-old wisdom about diversification still hold true, even in a world driven by AI? Thanks for joining us for this explainer.